Jeff is back again. This is Jeff, but it's not your fault. I just wanted to go ahead and follow up a couple different things from our last time we had spent together. Thanks again for tuning in to It's Not Your Fault. Please like and subscribe if you would, and we'll not get any bribes or any coercion tonight as far as subscribing go. Just please, if you could, I'd appreciate it. So we're going to talk about a couple different coping mechanisms that you can use to hopefully relieve the stress that comes into your life from enabling and being codependent. Well, Jeff, the best way to do that is just to stop being codependent and enabling. Yeah. Well, that's easier said than done. That's why you're here, right? That's why us crazy people talk to each other, is because it's easier said than done. So if you find yourself as a codependent or enabler, which you'll one day hopefully admit that you are, once you find yourself in codependency and enabling, how do you cope with these stresses? A couple different ways, actually. One good way is, and a simple way is, and get a piece of paper out, write this down. Ready? Take some notes. Ready? This is very important. The most efficient way of helping with the stresses of being codependent or enabling is to breathe. Just breathe. Stresses can be so constricting on you, on your chest, on your whole body. Take a deep breath. Breathe. Okay, that's the first thing. If you can get past that, the rest is golden. Setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is really important also as well. If you can set boundaries, and boundaries are just as good as keeping people out as keeping you in, okay? If you keep on reaching across the fence to help your loved ones deal with their addiction or alcoholism, okay, the boundary is being broken by you as well as being broken by them. They're always going to want to try and break the boundary. They're always going to want to try and get more from you because, again, that's the addiction talking, not your loved one. Your loved one is still in there, but it's being controlled by something else. So set boundaries. And the most difficult part about setting boundaries is what? Put up show of hands. Anyone? What's the most difficult part about setting boundaries? Right. Yes, you in the back. You win a $10 gift card to Starbucks. Make sure you send me your name and your address on your comments. Is setting the boundaries, enforcing the boundaries, keeping the boundaries. You have to keep your boundaries. Just setting a boundary is one thing. Keeping it's a different story altogether. So make sure you set your boundaries and keep your boundaries. So you're going to be breathing, setting boundaries, okay? Again, you're taking notes for all this, okay? And probably the most difficult thing for us to do as enablers and codependents is the third part is to get out of our own head, okay? Just get out of your head. We try and make it all make sense, and you can't make it make sense, okay? None of this makes sense anymore. I've said many times before, you're now living in bizarro world, okay? Anyone old enough to know what that means, it's probably time for you to set up your colonoscopy. But that's an old Superman comic book thing, bizarro world. Everything's backwards. What's up is down is up, light is dark, wet is dry, in is out. Listen, you're trying to deal with a nonsensical situation. So get out of your head and stop trying to make sense of it, okay? Just let it be, empty yourself, and let God take over. Okay, so we're going to be breathing, right? What's number two? Who has their notes out? Setting boundaries, right? And then / keeping the boundary, right? And then three, most important thing is get out of your head. Quit being your worst enemy. Stop blocking yourself from making the right decision. I've said it many times. If after you make a decision, it feels like you swallowed the whole nest of bees, probably the right decision. You did the right thing. If you make a decision and it feels good to you, you feel good about it, you breathe easy, this is wonderful. Is what you did it because it makes sense to you. You probably did the wrong thing. So does that make sense? It shouldn't, because it's backwards. Backwards is good. Nonsensical is sensical. What's right is wrong. Okay, does everybody get that? We're all crazy down here. Remember that. That's why we're here. You tuned in tonight because you're insane. I'm insane. Codependency and enabling is crazy talk. Cookie talk, as Kramer used to say. It's cookie talk. So these coping mechanisms, just three quick, easy ones. Breathe, set boundaries, get out of your head, okay? Easier said than done. They're simple, not easy, okay? These are simple steps. Easy? Well, that's why you're here. Again, that's why you're here, because it doesn't make any sense. Does that make sense? I'm talking to myself again. I hope so. Please make a like, subscribe, check, comment. Whoever that was that rang out with that answer, their $10 gift card coming from Starbucks. what did that buy? Like half an ounce of coffee? I mean, this crazy inflation. Oh, Madonna mia, gods. Tune in tomorrow. Got other stuff coming, interviews coming, big stuff coming next week. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. I appreciate all 48 of you that have subscribed. I'd like to see 50 next week. And then before you know it, we'll be looking at 50,000. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows what tomorrow brings? All I know is that I've made the same mistakes that you probably are going to be making. So if I can stop you from making them and speed up your serenity, maybe I've done something. So with that, I bid you a fondue. I bid you a good evening. Hope you have a great dinner. Hope you have a great evening. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. Remember, it's not your fault. You didn't cause it. You can't cure it. You can't control it. Say a prayer for the prayerless, and I will see you tomorrow.